They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Etienne on the toss right. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Well, a good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
I know the toss part begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Another tote for Etienne. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Hurts. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Aaron Sipos on to punt as he'll get this one away now. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Watson. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. The Lions had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these 2 probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 1st down, it's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Nick Chubb, his first rushing touchdown of the year, and the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably... And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Amani Hooker, and the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll get that underneath ETN. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Nick Chubb. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions have opened the lead up to 30. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back from a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. And they'll run with Etienne. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Ready. Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
The end result is brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Now it's Watson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Again, it's Watson. Has it left side. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Watson's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way, because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Chubb will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like, what feels good to you and what feels good to your team? You're down big, you really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter, but do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something on the board and not get shut out.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball down. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Guys, with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. And this offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. Yeah, this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington 1st down and an exhale there as they convert on 4th. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. He'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Locates Ertz going across the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed. Pretty well executed there. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. Watson off play action. On the move to his left. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. These defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. On 4th down, Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Trey Hendrickson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing is Hurts. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Uncorks one for Davis. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and